Hey everybody, so today I'm here to unbox the new Willow breast pump with you guys. So this is called Willow Go, and this is a more budget-friendly option of the Willow breast pump. This came out, I think, sometime last month. I've had it for a couple of weeks. My apologies it's taken me this long. It's just been sitting in my bedroom waiting for us to open it. I have not opened anything on it whatsoever. I will put links down below if you would like to purchase one, but as always, make sure that your insurance does not cover a breast pump first before you go paying out of pocket for one. A lot of times, whether it's a new year, a new pregnancy, something like that, most insurances accommodate purchasing or either reimbursing you for a breast pump. So let's go ahead and dive right into this because I am very eager to see what this is about. It is a bit of a different design. See the pictures back here. So I'm interested if this means that it'll be less bulky. To me, just right off the bat, first impressions, it does look a touch smaller than the other Willow, which I do enjoy. I have videos of reviews and how to use and all that stuff on my channel. This one just looks like it might be a little bit smaller. It says that it fits into your shirt, that it's stress-free because it's a one-handed setup and dishwasher safe cleanup, which is really cool. And then there is the reusable containers, and then it is a smart pump, so it does connect to their Willow app. So it does say Willow Go app, so I think it might be a separate app than what they already have for the original version as well. Also on the bottom here, there was a list of what comes inside the box. So I did order my size, which was the 21. I do believe they were like grouped together somehow. So the box is very trendy. I'm gonna break this seal, which was not hard at all. And it opens like this. Ooh, okay. Just right on top. Okay, so here's a look at it. Just one of them, obviously. Very interesting just how different this is. But it's still very sleek looking, still very modern. I guess I should have said in the beginning of the video, but I did purchase this with my own money. I kind of want to like pull it apart, but I'm afraid to do that because I don't know what parts come off yet. So yes, there is two of them, comes with two. And then now I'm just going to look underneath the box. So there's that. Okay, I like the packaging here. So very cool. They do have a little quick guide, very nice, love that. So you open it up and then it's talking about assembly. You open it up even further. We're looking at how to put it together and charging it. What's back here about pumping, tips as to how to pour out the milk when you're finished, the different pump controls. This is all very large, really easy to read. Love the graphics on here. You know, it's not a illustration, it's actually the pump itself, which I enjoy. I think it makes it more understandable. And it's also talking about the app. So really like this quick guide. Looks very nice. Okay, so they did also include a little sizing guide, which is very interesting. So while I haven't tried every single breast pump that is on the market, this is definitely the first time I've ever seen this. I have tried so many breast pumps and I've never seen anything quite like this. I really agree with their sizing information that they do have over here. It's talking about inserting your nipple into each one of these circles, and the size for you would be whatever circle goes over and can go all the way to the base of your breast without touching the nipple, which would accommodate for a couple of millimeters on either side, which is what you're looking for when it comes to flange size. A lot of people think that it has to be touching the nipple, or it needs to be really tight, or it needs to be extra big so some of the areola can get sucked in. It's actually a delicate balance in between. So you do want some room and some air for your nipple to be able to breathe and move freely in the tunnel, but not so much that you're getting extra breast tissue in there. And then it even says down at the bottom, it says sizing is an art. Based on your nipple elasticity, you may need to size down if you have elastic nipples, or size up if you have less elastic nipples. If you feel discomfort or experience consistently reduced volume, you may need to experiment with different sizes, which wholeheartedly agree with. It doesn't matter how you size or what you use to size. If something gives you the most breast milk, you stick with that. Doesn't matter if it's technically correct or not. You always want to go with what is most comfortable and gives you the most milk. So really appreciate this sizing guide. I wish that this was just readily available. Kind of wish there was somehow for people to get a hold of this before they order the pump. I think this is really helpful. I think this just needs to be universal, not exclusive to Willow or buying their products. This should be something that, you know, anybody who is going to be pumping is able to have their hands on. That way they know what size they need. Okay, so that is really awesome. They do have an extra card in here talking about where to go if you need some help, which is very important. I get a lot of questions on my different breast pump videos about this isn't working or I'm having trouble with this and stuff like that. And I don't have the answers always, but I would wholeheartedly, anytime you have a question, reach out to the customer service of that breast pump. And if that doesn't work, contact them on social media. You have purchased one of their products, they should be more than accommodating to you, especially if you are a pumping person, newly postpartum, whatever it is, they definitely need to be helping you. So I love that they have an extra card in there to remind you, reach out if you need help. And then here we just have the big old manual. And then it looks like down underneath all of that stuff, we have the charging cable, which I wonder if this is different than the one that I have for my other Willows. Okay, so I cannot quite figure out if this is a standard USB-C cord or not. Obviously it is a USB cable, but they are saying to specifically use these cables and that if you need additional ones you have to purchase them. They also do not come with the brick, which I do not like that companies don't provide the bricks anymore. I know that a lot of us have them already from various other smart devices, but there's just always that chance that someone could use that, and in the moment it could be the difference between them being able to charge something or use something and them not. So does it really save you that much money? I don't know. But I can't find specifics on what kind of cable this is, so not really sure if it's the same or not. But while I was back there looking for that, I did also find the pump operating life is defined to be approximately 3 15-minute sessions per day for 1 year. I don't love that. And the operating life for the washable parts is 3 months. Also do not love that. So again, like I've said many times over and over again, a battery life, an operating life, all that lifespan, whatever they want to call it, it does not mean that your pump is going to quit the second it reaches that threshold. There's a good chance that it's not going to. Many pumps go well beyond that, yada, yada, yada. We've heard me say this all before. But again, it's just a vote of confidence. While this is a cheaper version of a Willow, it's still not cheap, you know? So it's like, I don't love the fact that it's not a longer battery life. I've been explained by various pump companies that the lifespans and stuff is just something that they have to do for regulation's sake, and they just kind of almost, you know, put a number that they want to reach and they just go to that. And it's like, understandable. However, I think there needs to be more consideration as to who is actually buying your pump. I am quite sure that there is very few people who would buy this pump who are only going to use it 3 times a day for 15 minutes each. I really don't like when they're specific about the time of the pump session, because that is different for everybody. There's people who can empty in 7 minutes. There's people who empty in 35 minutes. It's different for everybody. To put that expectation or even that notion that there can be like some kind of baseline that you need to hit as far as how long your pump sessions are drives me nuts, because that was one of the biggest misunderstandings that I had as a first-time pumper, and that is the reason why I lost my supply so quickly. With Sophie, was able to get it back once I had so many women help me and give me the proper information on how to pump. But I just hate that we're just perpetuating this like stereotype that pumping should only take this amount of time. Wrong. It's different for everybody. So in here it says that it is my 21 millimeter flange, which, like I said, I did specifically order this in my size. So yeah, just clear little flanges on here. 21 millimeter. It does say 21 at the back, so that's nice. I was wondering how I was going to be able to tell the difference. And then I'm assuming it's the 24s that are actually on the pump itself. So yes, this is very interesting. I'm going to read over the quick guide real quick and see if I can show you guys quickly how it comes apart and unassemble it really quick. Okay, so I do really like the design of this, but this is how it comes. how you guys saw me pull it out. So the first step is to pull off the flange. So that pulls off. And then there's these 2 buttons on either side. You hit those and it unlocks the reusable container. So this is where your milk would be. And then this is your valve, which pulls off. And this is just the part that you charge. So really, you know, 4 main parts. Obviously within the container there's more, but it looks to me not to be that many more. Okay, so yeah, and then the container just comes off in 3 parts of itself, and I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory too. It just has this little valve on here, and then obviously the shield goes on here, and it's almost like a little like airtight container, you know, because it does have a seal around the edges, but you can open this up completely. You can get into every nook and cranny, it looks to me. And I feel like this is a world better than the original Willow design, the updated versions I mean. There's just several parts. There's some harder to reach areas for the reusable containers, so I'm wondering if I won't enjoy this more just because of how easy it looks to be to clean and put together. I feel like it's pretty straightforward as far as like, oh, where does what part go where. So far, I'm really liking this design. It looks like it holds 5 ounces. That's the max. And in my experience with pumps that hold milk like this, I do not exceed what they put in there. Sure, it probably can, but I'm not going to test it. I don't want to lose milk, especially all over myself. But so far, I'm liking the design of this a little bit better. It's just easier to understand. The other Willow isn't super overcomplicated, but I was always worried about losing my milk, so I would constantly recheck the manual and make sure that I was doing it correctly because I didn't want to mess up the motor or lose the milk or anything like that. And the fact that this is just a little bit easier to understand, I'm gravitating a little bit more towards this one initially. So I am going to test it out for you guys. I am completely weaned at this point, so all of the breast pump reviews from here on out, I will not be properly using myself. I'm still going to give them a feel, if you know what I mean, but I'm going to give you my honest review. I have reviewed so many breast pumps at this point that I still really feel like these could be beneficial and helpful to you guys, so I still want to give my thoughts and opinions on them, if they're worth your time, money, and use. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll have a review a little bit faster than what they typically come out because I will not be testing it for a whole month like I typically do since I am weaned. But I will make sure to thoroughly test it as much as I can in the meantime. And yeah, I will have a how to use, a review, and everything about this pump. So stay tuned for that. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments below. Do we like this a little bit better than the other one? What's your ideas here? So if you made it to the end of the video, why don't we put the milk bottle emoji down in the comments to let me know that you made it all the way to the end. Really appreciate if you did. If you have any questions, also leave them down in the comments. I'll do my best to get back to you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.